In the last episode, I rode up the Mont where I first had to turn because it was too steep. Then I took the easy route up, nearly fell down a steep hill.
Shoot me!
Because one guy had too much ego, and I reached the Fort Jaffarot where I could enjoy some of the finest that the Alps had to offer, followed by a very steep descent. Then I had to travel down towards the south to escape the bad weather. Welcome to part 4.
So after this unfortunately not refreshing night, I'm gonna drive quickly to Barcelona over the road to search a camping spot, build up the tent and everything, and if I'm fresh enough I'm gonna go up the Col de Parpaillon, or try, because it seems that it's blocked. I saw on the internet that it's the tunnel is not passable, but everything else should be okay, so I'll try. That's the plan for now.
After painstakingly overthinking every detail of my route, I headed south towards my target. The journey started with curvy roads and distant views of fog-covered mountains. As I traveled further south, the landscape became less dramatic, but still had its own charm, especially when riding along the beautiful Lac du Serpenson. A short while later, I searched for a camping spot near the foot of the trail, which didn't work out too quickly. Finally a camping spot, after 5 failed attempts. After I found a place, I quickly set up my tent and headed for the Col de Parpaillon. As I rode up the twisty road, something kind of felt off. I noticed no other bikers coming my way, which made me wonder if the pass was still closed. At least I could ride some gravel before hitting the roadblock. Well, that's what I thought. But as soon as the gravel started, the roadblock appeared. So I decided to try the trail I had planned for the next day, heading south toward the Vierdelsal. And it was a trail I've never heard before of. But something I definitely had heard of was the pass I had to ride all the way up to reach the entry of the trail I wanted to do today. And this pass was the famous Col de Bonnet. Despite what I thought earlier about the south being less impressive, the landscape was absolutely stunning. I even got so caught up in the beautiful scenery and the fun of curving through the roads that I missed my turn. But after a quick adjustment, I finally reached the new to me Col du Bonnet. And again, my French friends, I'm so sorry for slaughtering your beautiful language. As soon as I entered the trail, the real adventure began. The path welcomed me with light terrain and loose gravel, which had been partially washed out by recent rain and added a little bit of unpredictability to the ride. I would rank the entry a 4 or 5 on the beginner scale, especially with the front tire slipping sometimes because of the loose and rough gravel. But when taken easy, a beginner should find some fun with slight challenges here. The trick to manage this situation is actually quite easy. On the loose gravel, the front tire might start slipping a little bit. This is usually just caused by some rocks rolling under the tire. It might feel awkward, but keeping relaxed, not gripping the handlebar too tight and bringing up some patience, the tire will grip again, making the ride easy and fun even for a beginner. The landscape around me was breathtaking, nature's beauty wrapped around the trail, and even though I had climbed many hundreds of meters, it never felt like I was at a high altitude. The air was crisp, the scenery peaceful, and everything felt perfectly balanced. Then I reached the end of the plateau and the descent began. The trail got rougher with rocks the size of baby heads scattered everywhere. I can't imagine how tough this would be in the rain. A nightmare for some and pure fun for others. But today in the dry, warm weather, it was a blast with a solid 8 out of 10 in difficulty on the beginner scale. This is definitely a spot where choosing the right lane is key.
So pack the camera again. Up and down and up and down. Once down, put the camera there. Up, down again. Turn the camera, more down. Drive up again. Get the camera back into the bag and drive down again. What you don't all do for a good shot. What you don't all do for a good shot. It's incredible.
And if you want to try it, this difficult part isn't really too long and quickly followed by some much more easy gravel roads becoming easier and easier the further you go down. From a 6 out of 10 over a 4 out of 10 to a 2, which is literally a hard-packed gravel road. And if you're lucky like me, you'll find one or the other gem along the way down.
Look at this beautiful old piece of tech. You're probably going to get everywhere with this. Not quick, but everywhere. I like it. I want one too.
The rest of the route is a paved but extremely narrow road with a lot of twisties and a perfect opportunity to calm down a little after the rocky trail. After arriving back at the camp, I enjoyed a cold beer and sitting in nature at this beautiful pond while sorting some footage. Unfortunately, I wasn't aware which difficulties I would face in the next day.
Good morning together. I slept really bad and my throat hurts so badly. So I don't know what I'm going to do today. Maybe I'm going to take it short. But I'm going to drink a coffee and then we'll see. But I'll let you know later.
Long story short, I felt like complete garbage, so I didn't really leave the campground. I just started the drone to get some nice shots of the area and some beautiful shots of this fortress built into the side of the mountain, and just charged some batteries. That's it. Let's get to the next day.
Oh, good morning. I'm still sick, but I have to get towards south now to get to Tende because time is running away. So I'm gonna look for a pharmacy and maybe get something there that helps. Now a coffee, put everything down and then get down south.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. J'ai besoin d'une médecine pour la toux
Oui.
et pour
Le nez.
ouais. Et un peu mal de tête.
Mal de tête aussi.
Ouais. Petit club, hein. Got my medicine. Gonna take everything as right now and off we go, eh?
Doped with everything I could find in the pharmacy, I headed again the way up towards the Col de Bonnet. but this time with some more stops in mind and keeping the tires on tarmac. In this way, I hoped at least to recover a little whilst progressing in the journey.
I'm already halfway up of the Col de Bonnet and it's already so incredible hot. I think it's like 28 degrees or something up here and the sun is blasting. So as soon as I pass the peak, I'm gonna look for a little cafe or something where we can enjoy a little coffee, and fingers crossed, I want some ice cream.
But before we could get that, it was a must to get to the peak of the Bonnet. It has something special to be on one of the highest mountains in the area and snack some pizza bread snack rests.
So I made it up to the Col de Bonnet, all the way up, parked the bike down and had to run another 100 meters of altitude higher. And my throat still hurts so badly. I'm not sure if I'm gonna make the whole 200-kilometer day trip today, because it really hurts. Yeah, we'll see. I do want to get to the LGKS to ride there. It's probably going to be my last off-road step, and then backwards back towards Belgium. But I think I'm going to let the drone fly a little bit, because this view here is astonishing. It's incredible how far you can see.
I did let the drone fly, but immediately had a park ranger next to me who wanted to find me, because apparently the Bonnet is a national park, so it's forbidden to fly drones there. So here comes some camera shots of the landscape and me eating instead. After that, it was time to move on, because I still had a long path and a lot of breaks in front of me.
This over there is the fun part. We're gonna go down now on our trip. Nice!
It wasn't just a very fun part of the route, it also led me to my next goal of the day. A nice coffee and some ice cream in a cute little mountain cafe. And right next to it, a mountain spring where I filled up my bottles. And to be honest, the water was better than Evian. It didn't take too long before I found the next spot where I wanted to make a stop, followed by a stop that I needed to make.
So I found this nice little spot in the shade, or half shaded, where I'm gonna make a coffee. I'm 1 hour into riding now and I'm already completely exhausted. It's taking a little bit of toll on me right now. So I'm probably just gonna rush through without filming too much, because yeah, I'm quite exhausted. I'm gonna take my medicine and then hope it works. Hope it works. First, coffee and snack.
At this moment I was already so exhausted that I just wanted to go to bed.
No, that was a little bit much. Well, can't hurt, can it? So sweet. Oh, it's so fucking sweet. So, I'm gonna pack everything together, continue the journey. If nothing interesting appears, we're gonna see each other at Tente. If something appears, we're gonna see each other there again.
From here on, the route led me through the Mercantour National Park and the Col de Turini, where I had to make another little stop for another ice cream to alleviate my suffering of the man flu. And then it went with some nice views all the way to Tende, which made in total a 200-kilometer ride for the day, before I finally reached the hotel for the night.
So, I checked into a hotel room because it's so blasting hot, and with the cough, I'm not really at my fittest. So I said I'm gonna take a hotel room, it's easier, it's quicker. Took a cold shower, that definitely helped. And gonna have some nice food and use the chance to recharge all the batteries again. From here I'm gonna try to reach the Vierdelsal, because it's gonna be quite easy, so I'm not too worried about my condition doing that. But we'll see how easy it really is. And if it's gonna be easy to reach, because the pass that is supposed to go up towards there is written that it's blocked. Or there was the road sign saying that it's blocked, so I'm not sure if it's open, but I'm gonna try to figure that out today. And yeah, we're gonna see each other tomorrow on the way to the Vierdelsal.